obvious dings and nicks that Taj may have. Is it to the point where there's a degree of courage in what he's willing to put himself, make himself vulnerable to at this point in the season in terms of taking hits and running perhaps?
Well, I think it comes down to this. I think it comes down, this is the last game of our regular season. This is his last opportunity to play South Carolina, and I think it's at whatever cost it is, and that's his mentality. And we all know he's a competitor, he's a warrior, he's a battler, and he's looking forward to this game. I mean, he was one of the first ones in the office this morning. I mean, but that's Taj. He was in here yesterday. I mean, so that's who he is, and this is the most important game to him because it's the next game, and that's great to see in him. So,
is there anything extraordinary about his mindset, his mentality in that regard, or is this pretty common with quarterbacks that you've worked with?
well, no, I think it's obviously we know what Taj has brought to this program and this university. I mean, he's just a competitor, and like I said, he's a warrior, and I wouldn't expect anything different than Taj. I mean, I would be, he did the same thing last week and the week before. I mean, that's just who Taj is. I mean, he's not going to come out and all of a sudden he feels like he's got to practice harder because who we're playing. That's not him. And if that's what we got, then we wouldn't have won 10 ball games if that was our mentality.
How much do you think gets under his skin that he's never won this game?
Well, I think it affects. I do. I think it in the back of his mind. I mean, this is a game he wants to win. That we all want to win, and this is the next game. And so, you don't have to remind Taj Boyd. I can promise you that you don't have to remind Taj Boyd the importance of this game. And I said it Saturday, he's done a lot for this university and for this program and this conference. And this is just going to be another game and where he's been able to step up and to be able to continue to leave his legacy in this program. And so he'll be ready. He's excited. And y'all are going to talk about it all week long, and how he's never won the game, and heck, if I went into the meetings and approached it to Taj and told him that every day, I mean, that's just not what you do as a coach. That's not what we're going to do. I mean, we're going to get in there and we're going to worry about Clemson. We're going to worry about Taj Boyd's performance. We're going to worry about his footwork in practice. We're going to worry about his accuracy in practice, and when we get ready for Saturday kickoff, he's going to be ready to go, as they all will be. But it's going to come down, and it's about the Clemson Tigers, and how we're able to go out and execute and make plays, and play physical.
How often did Brandon have help on Clowney last year?
I think there were a few times in there. I don't, it was really, as we look back on it and watch the game a few times. There was a couple of times, 3 or 4, 5, 6 times in there that he had some help over there on that side, and
Is that enough?
well, obviously we wasn't because we didn't win. So
How much are they moving him around at all this year?
yeah, oh yeah, I've seen him line up at nose. I've seen him line up in the right side, the left side. Seen him at linebacker. I think once I even saw it in free safety. So they've got him everywhere. They'll move him everywhere. Corner, everywhere. I mean, he can do it all. But yeah, they'll move him all over the field, and rightfully so. He's a great player, and they're going to try to create mismatches. So, but what happens is you start focusing all your attention on where he is, and then one of these other guys. Because let me tell you, these other guys, they're pretty good too. All right, so if you start worrying about where one guy is, that's where they've taken. That's where they've made, huge strides. Is that everybody worries about where number 7 is, and they should, but these other guys over here are taking advantage of one-on-one opportunities too. And so, yeah, Brandon Thomas has to play well, but I'm going to tell you, these guys over here on the other side, they got to play well too, because there's some good guys up front as well. So it's about that's what they're trying to do, and they've had a lot of success with it. because they're talented up front, and they're going to take advantage of how you're going to approach to defend Clowney.
In simplistic forms, is that the difference between taking account for somebody as opposed to scheming for somebody?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean it's in some regards. Yeah, I mean you got to do you're gonna have to do what you do, and you got to have a plan. You got to have an answer, and but yeah, absolutely. I mean those guys have definitely taken advantage of teams scheming to stop Clowney.
Have you ever seen anybody in film stalk him, take somebody off the line to chase him or to look for him?
No, I mean not it's like spy him or something.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen anybody trying to spy him. I don't know if anybody could catch him if they just stayed back there and tried to spy him. So no, I don't know. I've seen some of them other guys on the other side of the ball spy quarterbacks and stuff, but they haven't. I mean, but they're going to do what they do. Believe me. I mean, they're going to do what they do, and again, it's going to come down to execution. That's what it's going to come down to. Hang on the ball.
Even Tennessee at times, just not even block him, just completely take the offensive line, push it the other way, push it, away from him. Is that, something viable just to leave him to run free?
No. No, not to let anybody ever run free. And, we try to make sure we got everybody blocked as much as we can. But, no, that's, people are trying to read him and, scheme for him, run to him, run against him, run back away from him. I mean, we've seen it all. Watched every game film, and I mean, people are trying to do all kinds of different things. He's a great player. There's no question about that. But again, when you start getting into all that, then you start creating some problems for some other guys. And well, you've got to have a plan. You better make sure that it's everybody, because they're not just playing with one guy up front. They got some more guys up there that are pretty good too. So.
Who would you say is the next best guy?
Their two interior guys are extremely well. They're extremely good. I think 97, 99, 90. 90's a defensive end. They'll run him in. He'll play some inside on some of their third and long package. They'll bump him in at nose. 5 is a backup that comes in for Clowney. Big, tall, 6'6", about 225, plays hard. So yeah, there's the two interior guys are very disruptive, very big, 310, and try to get a big push. So yeah, again, they're feeding off of people taking advantage of Clowney.
Winning the turnover margin good?
I'm sorry?
Winning the turnover margin big?
Oh, it's big in every game. There's no question on that. That's huge. You have to. Yeah, and in games of this magnitude, and in any game. I mean, that's one of our every week is the turnover margin's huge.
What are the primary challenges Samuel faced against their secondary?
Well, I mean, they predominantly want to play. They're a single high football team. That's what they want to be in. They want to try to figure out a way to get the extra hat in the box. They didn't do anything different last year against Nuke Hopkins. They're not going to do anything different this year against Sammy Watkins. And so again, what challenges he's going to have is the same challenge he has every week: play hard, play fast, play well without the ball, and when the ball's in the air, and go make a play. But that's every one of our receivers. And again, those guys are going to play. They're going to play hard. Our guys are going to play extremely hard. And this is a great opportunity for our guys. And this is obviously a game that we understand. It affects every household in this state, and we understand that. Our guys understand that. But again, it comes down to we've got to be able to go out and execute.
Back in July, Clowney made some noise about striking fear in certain quarterbacks, including Dodge. Do you sense any of that lingering either with him or with team maybe taking it as a challenge as a group?
I mean, no, I don't. I mean, I'm just trying to think. I mean, I don't think Taj and I have even talked about it since last January or last July. I mean, it's you know, he's going to come out and play. Taj will be ready, and our guys are going to be ready. And hey, again, it boils down to about us. I mean, it really does. And I've said it every week since I've been here. This is the 12th time I've said it, you know, as far as each week. And it's how we execute.
They lost a lot of talent,
Mhm.
linebacker and safety, I
Mhm.
guess. What's your view on how they've sort of evolved this year
Yeah.
with the new guys?
Well, they're extremely young. I think they only have 5 seniors, and obviously losing a couple to they're coming out early, I guess. That's what I've heard. But I know they got 5 seniors. So they're extremely young. They're young on defense as far as in the linebacker and in the back end. And so, yeah, those young guys have been like all young guys. Early on in the year, they've made some mistakes. And as the year's gone, they've gotten a little bit better. And so, yeah. That's it. All right.
Thank you, Coach.